This is Marty I wanted to announce that last week, the Honorable Judge Nathaniel M. Gordon ordered me to represent myself over my strenuous objection. The first thing I want to clarify is that I'm not representing myself through my own choice. This came up because my attorney refused to file a recusal motion to disqualify the judge. We have found a significant amount of financial and other conflicts of interest, and we're still unearthing more, tying this judge to Boston Children's Hospital through companies where he was a director and through another organization where he was on the board of advisors. At the same time, his brother was on the board of directors. While at the same time, that organization announced a partnership with Boston Children's Hospital to divert juvenile psychiatric inpatients, such as Justino was at one point, into outpatient environments, which the hospital, of course, was trying to do anything to get rid of the hot potato once the focus became the Beta 5 psychiatric ward and the alleged abuses and tortures therein, which were uncovered by a former nurse who worked in that psych ward and who blew the whistle, as well as by a former federal prosecutor and board member of the Massachusetts Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Children, who wrote an open letter to the then Commissioner of the Department of Public Health. So we're looking forward to putting out everything that we've found thus far in terms of these conflicts of interest, hoping that other people are going to help us find more. And I will be bringing a recusal motion pro se regarding this judge shortly. Hopefully it is the only motion that I will have to file pro se, and that when a new judge who does not have these conflicts of interest is on the docket, I'll get appointed counsel again. In fact, to clarify, I've already mailed a motion to the district court requesting for this judge to comply with the canon of ethics for United States judges, which requires him to disclose any and all information which the parties or their lawyers may consider relevant to the question of disqualification. So this is information relevant to conflicts of interest that this judge should have disclosed onto the record years ago, but has not done so. Finally, I'm announcing that I'm suing my last lawyer, David J. Grimaldi. You guys have seen some of the back and forth involving him. I don't think it's a secret in legal circles out there that judges don't like lawyers who file recusal motions, and that court-appointed lawyers don't like filing recusal motions because it can affect them, their appointments and how the judges feel about them and how many cases they get and their bottom line financially. The Guardian did a wonderful article a few years back about mentioning a lot of these issues around recusal and biased judges. I'll ask Dana to include a link to that in the video notes here. Anyway, Mr. Grimaldi had an obligation, to perform his duties zealously and to put my interests, in having a neutral and detached judge ahead of his own in terms of how this judge might think about him or possibly retaliate against him, as we've seen judges do in the past, in response for filing a recusal motion. Mr. Grimaldi would not do that. So I have now sued him in Middlesex Superior for legal malpractice, and that suit is pending. I expect an answer from Mr. Grimaldi in the coming weeks to the civil complaint, and I will ask Dana to post that civil complaint to the groups we've created to raise awareness about Mr. Grimaldi, and to then reshare those posts into the Free Marty G groups. If anyone has any questions, please do feel free to ask. If anyone would like to volunteer to help in any legal capacity or research capacity, the more eyes we have on all this information and the more people we have digging, quite frankly, the better. Thanks, everyone.